Once there was a girl called Bella. She awoke in an unknown forest, not knowing where she was or how she got there. She looked around, slightly startled, and began to explore. She arrived at the water's edge and looked in both directions, and she could see a volcano in the distance. To her right she could see some small piggywigs, and she approached them to say hello. "Hello, Piggywig," she said.
Hello, friends.
The Piggywig did not reply. She was a little hurt, but she continued on her way. "I think I'll go in this direction," she said to herself, which was south. After some time, she arrived at a large expanse of water, which she duly crossed with her swimming lessons having full effect. Across she swam, kicking hard as she travelled across the large, cool water. She could see some mud and trees and some vines hanging from them, and she thought to herself, "I wonder where everybody is." All she could see in every direction were pigs everywhere. There were mushrooms and pigs, and not much else. She said hello to another pig. The pig didn't reply.
Friends.
And then she saw it. Beneath the ground there was a large expanse, which she thought might be a cave, but to her disappointment she found that it led out straight to the other side, and there was not really anywhere for her to explore. She thought to herself, "I'm hungry," so she grabbed a mushroom.
I'm tired.
She began to run because she was worried. She had no one around her, and she wanted to try and find somebody to talk to, but there just wasn't anybody. There were pigs, hundreds of pigs. She looked at a particular pig and thought to herself, "I think I'm going to call him Bert." So she did. He didn't seem to mind. She continued on her way, running as fast as she could, until she saw in the distance a house. She was so excited that she totally forgot that she was on her own, and began to make her way across the field towards the house. She ran as fast as her little legs would take her, and ended up on sand, hot desert sand. She felt like she must be in a dream. She didn't know what was happening, but she continued towards the village. And then she saw it. There were cornfields, laid out neatly in rows. She wondered if she was alone. But she didn't care. She was so hungry. She grabbed a handful of corn from one of the fields and continued to eat it. When she turned around, there before her was a strange gentleman with a funny nose. He looked right at her. And then another as she began to turn away, and in the window she saw a third. They all had these strange, funny noses. She quite liked them. They seemed friendly, and they didn't seem to mind that she'd arrived in their village. She was delighted. She had a little look around and saw a small house,
It's my
which perhaps
house.
could be hers. It seemed empty. And then
It's
another.
my prison.
She closed the door behind her and continued looking around this newfound village. There were cave systems, but she still hadn't found the one true adventure until there it was. Beneath her stretched the most vast cave she had ever seen, and she knew she could settle into this village and make new friends and have many adventures with them. Until next time.